Oysters, music, beer, and caring for the environment. It's the first ever Rockaway Oyster Fest, and Terence, Mulligan, and Pete Malinowski are here to tell us all about it. Thank you both so much for coming in, and thanks for putting this together. Terence, I want to start with you. Tell us a little bit about the event and what people can expect.
First of all, it's being presented by Stella Artois and JetBlue, and it's part of our Crack Fest. And we chose 116th Street in Rockaway because there's a lot of Irish and Irish American in that community, so we thought, what better place than 116th in Rockaway Beach to have a beer, oyster, and music festival. And
why that location's also special because of that particular beach.
It is. I have a lot of friends there who are part of the revitalization from Hurricane Sandy, so we're going to bring a lot of people down. It's good for the shops, it's good for the businesses, so hopefully we can do it annually.
And Terence, you're here with the Billion Oyster Project. The event also helps your foundation. Tell us a little bit about what the foundation does and how you're working with the Oyster Fest.
So the Billion Oyster Project is a plan to restore 1 billion live oysters into New York Harbor over the next 20 years and to do all that work with public school students. So we work with the New York Harbor School on Governor's Island and about 45 other middle schools throughout the city to restore New York Harbor. One of the limiting resources for that work is oyster shells. Millions of oyster shells come into New York City every year and are trucked out to be landfilled. And we work to reclaim those shells so we can put them back in the harbor to build reefs. And we're collecting all the shells from this event, so it'll be about, I think, 8,000 oysters that we'll be able to save from the landfill, bring out to Staten Island to cure for a year, and then restore to New York Harbor.
And explain why the shells are so important to the beaches and maintaining the beaches.
Well, the shells are the substrate that the oysters grow on. So oysters naturally need a hard substrate to attach to, and they prefer oyster shells. And yeah, so without the shells, the oysters in the harbor swim around, and when they look for something hard to settle on, they settle down to the muck and they die. So that happens to millions of oysters every year, so we're trying to put the oyster shells back as a place for the oyster larvae to live.
And that, of course, has then repercussions on the ecosystem in general, in the water and on the beaches itself.
Exactly. Oyster reefs are keystone species. They're essential for the proper ecosystem function in New York Harbor. And without them, the fish and other invertebrates have nowhere to hide and nothing to eat. So bring back the oysters, bring back all those other animals, filter the water. They help with resiliency. They can break storm waves. A
good cause that everybody, I think, can get behind. And Terence, I understand the event also benefits another great cause. Tell us about
It does. Brian Monahan was a good friend of ours, really well known in Rockaway, and he was supposed to play the festival. He passed away suddenly in May, so we thought, why not turn this into a benefit? So a better way to honor him, so we're going to give some of the proceeds to his family. And so yeah, it's going to be a special day.
All right, so what time should people show up? What should they bring? What do they
2
need to know?
o'clock. Bring your
appetite?
Bring your smile, bring your appetite. There's going to be beers, there's going to be oysters, and a lot of good bands, and so there you have it.
Next time you got to bring the oysters into the studio.
I know. I apologize. We have a VIP bracelet for you, so it's all good.
Thank you guys so much for coming, and we really appreciate it. And for more information on the Oyster Fest, you can head to our website, cbsnewyork.com. Andrea, back to you.